Hello, I'm Dr. Jamie Kelly, and I'm the instructor for Psychology of Music, or it's called Psychological Foundations of Music Behavior. And so this video is a short little video just talking about um, kind of some of the details of this class, how the class is going to unfold, um, and just some of the specifics about the class. The first is that the text that we're using is Psychology of Music, which I think you should know about that already. It would be great to have your own copy or an electronic copy if they have a Kindle copy, that sort of thing. Most of the reading is going to come from here, although if there is anything else that is not available, that is not from them there, it will be posted onto the course website or the course syllabus. So you should be able to access everything that is not in that text in the on the website. Okay, so now I just wanted to briefly take a little bit of time of how the semester is going to work. So the semester is broken up into various modules, and pretty much a module is going to be there'll be a different module each week of the semester. Sometimes there'll be modules that are related or on the same topic, but every week there will be a separate module, and you'll have different tasks within that week's module. The first thing that you'll need to complete in the module is the reading. There'll be normally between 2 to 4 readings. I try to make it, very digestible amounts of reading. This is a graduate class, so there is a bit of reading, and there's a lot of material that is involved in this class. One thing about this class is that, as music teachers, we don't really know a lot about psychology of music, but we should, because it's part of understanding how students develop musically. For instance, if you understand the reasons why, what's going on behind tone deafness, then you might approach it differently in your classroom than if you just think that some people can and can't match pitch, which is not true. You'll find throughout this class. So each module, you'll start with the readings, and then after you've done your reading, you'll take a reading quiz. And the reading quiz, it's not, you're not being graded point for point. So, it's kind of all or nothing. And my hope is that, or in order to get credit, you need to get 70% of the questions right, which I try to make these reading quizzes so that they're pretty obvious if you've read, but might be difficult if you haven't read. So like I said, it's kind of all or nothing if you get 70% or higher. Most of the reading quizzes will be about 10 questions, I imagine. Once you have passed the reading test, you will be able to access the video for the week. And during the video, I'm not sure exactly how long each video will be. Some might be, pretty short videos like this one, where I just really go and talk about the key important things that are covered in the readings, or they may be more, they may be like a typical lecture. So it really depends on each week what the reading is and how and how the lecture will unfold. So and that's pretty much what happens each week. You do your reading, take a reading quiz, and once you pass the reading quiz, then you go to you can watch the video. Some things I should say. So the reading quiz you can take as many times as you want, but you'll never. We've worked it out with the programmers of the website that you'll never find out what are the right or wrong answers. So you'll get your score. So you might get, an 8, and you'll say, oh, I can, and then that will unlock the lecture. Or you might take it and you get a 4, but you won't know which 4 you got right and which 4 you got wrong. So then you would probably need to go back and look over your notes from your reading and take the quiz again. But like I said, you'll have unlimited times amount during the week to take the reading quiz. So that's how, that's kind of the grand scheme of the course. Now, the reading quizzes is a significant part of your overall grade. It ends up being, I think, about 26% of your grade. So let's talk about the other things that make up your grade for this class, how you'll be evaluated. Um, 3 different times during the semester, you'll take a midterm or a final on the material. And the exams will be objective, almost all fill in the blank or multiple choice kind of questions. Um, in some ways, they're similar to the reading quizzes. They're not all or nothing. You'll be given a grade, but after you take the test, you'll be given your grade, and you can decide whether you want to retake it or not. Again, you won't be given the right or wrong answers, but you can retake the quiz if you would like. There are certain parameters, and I forget exactly. You'll need to read the syllabus. It says how long you'll have. It might be 90 minutes. You'll need to read that and just know. And I'm sure I'll put an announcement before the first midterm. So there will be a midterm about a third of the way through, and then another midterm about 2/3 of the way through. And each of those are worth 15% of your grade. And then at the end of the semester, there'll be a final that's cumulative. It'll be covering all the material in the whole semester, and that's going to be worth about a quarter of your grade. There are a couple of other small as assignments that you'll do throughout the semester. One, you'll write 2 article abstracts, which if you've been in my other classes before, you probably already know what that entails. That essentially reads an article. You read an article from a journal that is dedicated to understanding psychology of music. So that could be psychology of music. It could be music perception. I give a list on the website or the syllabus of different journals that it could be. So you can pick any article, pick something that is of interest to you or something that might help you if on a research project that you're doing for something else. So those are and then you just write up an abstract where you essentially paraphrase the article using the abstract form that we use in other classes, and that'll be available on the website soon. And there are 2 of those, and each of those are 5% of your grade. And I think they happen around the time that the midterms happen. So you can do that before then, or do that ahead of time. There'll also be 2 data collections where you will go out into the field somewhere and collect some data. One of them is just observing, going to a public place and listening to the music that is being used there, in a restaurant or something like that, a mall, a dentist's office, those sorts of things, where there is continuous music being played, and you're just going to kind of take some data and observe what is going on there. And that's described in the syllabus. And the second one is probably the one that might be the most difficult to obtain, and that's where you're going to need to have access to a child. I think I'm asking for someone 8 years old or younger, and that's to ask them how to represent music. So read that description on the syllabus, and you might want to start thinking of people that you can ask that might have a child that you can ask for their help on that project. As those two data collection assignments come closer in the timeline, I'll probably do a little announcement or video to kind of describe that. I think that's about all the information I really need to give at this time about the class. If you have questions about how things are going to work, definitely send me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right, thank you.